Today I'm going to be doing this look right here. Very natural, very everyday, and definitely could wear it to work, but just kidding. So this look is feline inspired, definitely cheetah inspired. It's dramatic, it's kind of sexy, and it would be perfect for maybe a Halloween party where you're not wearing a costume but you want to be dramatic, or just for some pictures for Instagram around Halloween time. Whatever works best for you. I just thought it'd be really fun to do something kind of Halloween-esque. So if you want to know how to get this look right here, keep watching. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start with the base. I'm gonna start with the Master Prime Face Studio from Maybelline for my primer today. I burned myself trying to like vamp up my curls a little bit because I have natural waves, but anyways, I burned myself trying to do that earlier and my thumb hurts. I'm gonna do some color correcting now using the Sephora Into the Stars palette. I think the color correcting part was my favorite part of this palette. I did a whole video reviewing and doing like first impressions with this, so I'll link that below for you. First, I'm neutralizing any darkness from my eyes, and then I'm going to put some violet in my T-zone to brighten that area a little bit. These are so creamy, the color correcting parts of this palette. So creamy. I love how they blend and how they feel on the skin. It's really nice. And then I'm going to use green to neutralize redness, like right here. I love the green in here is really good too. Okay, now that we're done color correcting, we're going to use just like any foundation that you really want to use. I am going to use one that's a little too dark for me, just to kind of add to the look. And I'm going to also add a little bit of this Temp 2 Liquid Glow to it and mix it together. I feel like it adds a little bit of an extra glow and a little extra oomph, and I just feel like that would be good for this look, so we're going to do that. First, I'm going to take a little bit of the Liquid Glow, just like a dab of it on the hand. Okay, and then I'm going to take just a little bit of foundation. We may have to add more, but that's okay. And I'm going to mix them together. And I'm going to take my finger and dab some dots all over. I'm using my Real Techniques sponge to blend that out. When you have a really matte look, like a really matte foundation that you're using or something, using a little bit of a liquid highlighter, just like a dab into your foundation, can bring brightness to the skin while not making you oily. So that's a tip there. I would love to know what you guys are gonna be for Halloween. Please leave me in the comments down below if you're doing anything special, anything super fun, and what you're gonna be. I'm not really going to actually dress up for Halloween this year. It is in the middle of the week and I work, and also we already have other plans on Halloween, well, the Halloween weekend that isn't going to be involving getting dressed up really. So yeah, and that's why I'm kind of doing this now, kind of getting a little bit of a Halloween-y thing out of my system. I don't know what it is today, but I'm having a good foundation day today, guys. Woohoo! I'm going to use this brush from, I don't even know, I think it's Wet Seal, but I got it I won it in a giveaway, so I'm not actually sure where she got this. I've been using this to blend out my concealer lately, and I love it. I'm telling you, this zit right there is going to drive me absolutely insane. Unicorn horn. So now that all my liquids are done, I'm going to powder and set my face. I'm going to use this e.l.f. I think it's like HD under eye setting powder in sheer. And then I'm going to go in with this original mineral veil from Bare Minerals to set the rest of my face. This is a great, really light powder to not make you look too powdery. I love it. Okay, so now that we're done with our base, like our foundation and concealer and everything, we're gonna finish the face before we go into the eyes, and you'll see why. So I'm gonna go into doing some bronzer now, and I want it to be pretty dramatic for this look. Coffee. Yes. And we're not going to do any blush for this look technically. Okay, so the bronzer is going to be pretty dramatic. I'm going to take this contour brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to dip it in my bronzer. I'm using the Pacifica bronzer in Sunkissed. It's one of my favorites. I want this to be very dramatic and very concentrated though at the same time. I want it to be very, like, you know how felines have very defined lines in some places on their bodies and on their fur, and like all of them have it. Well, I just want this to be a very defined line. And then I'm going to use this bronzer brush from Sephora just to like blur the edges a little bit of that, so it's not too like harsh. I just want it to be very defined. And since this is supposed to be a very feline-like look, I think contouring the nose is really important for this look. We'll put a little bit of definition up on the forehead too. Like I said, we're not gonna really do blush because it just doesn't seem to feel right for this look, but we are gonna do highlighter, and I want it to be really dramatic. So I'm using the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive, which is dramatic and bright and not for the faint of heart, and that is what we're gonna use today. So I'm gonna take this tapered highlight brush from Luxie, and I'm gonna dip that in there quite a bit, and we're going to highlight the cheekbones here. Some of it will be covered up by the eyeshadow, and I'm sure you saw it in the intro, but it's still, I wanted it to be bright and dramatic, so I wanted to add some highlighter anyway. Glow. So now I guess we're doing the eyeshadow. I'm going to prime my eyes starting, like at least my eyelids, and kind of I'm gonna bring it out a little bit with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. We're going to be dipping into 2 different palettes for this look today, and hopefully you have both of them. If you don't, I'm sorry, but you can use whatever you have laying around. We're going to use the Morphe 35OM palette and the BH Cosmetics 2nd edition 120 color eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start by setting down my primer using this color right here. I recommend setting down your primer with a color that matches your skin tone. So get a really big fluffy blending brush. I have this blurring concealer brush which I used to set my under eyes, and I think I'm going to use it because it's really big and really fluffy, and we're going to be kind of messy with the first couple colors. So I'm going to go into this color right here in the Morphe 35OM palette, right there, and we're going to take that color all over the place on our eyes. So you're gonna take it like all over the lid, being really messy with this, and you're gonna start dragging it out as well. And you're gonna take that actually under the eyes as well and scoop it up to meet the top like that. Okay, so we're already starting to build up some color in that, like, kind of what we're going for. So this is where we have to dip into the other palette now. Here is the top layer of the BH Cosmetics 120 color eye palette, the 2nd edition. We are going to be using this kind of orangey yellow here, and we're going to be mixing that with I am amazed that didn't shatter my palette, you guys. You have no idea. Okay, whew, crisis averted. So we're going into this color here mixed with that color that I just showed you. So we're gonna be mixing those two and kind of just going to town and mix it until the color just feels right to you. Go back and forth, do what you need to do to make sure the color works really well for you. Use a big fluffy blending brush if you want, whatever you feel like you need to use to be dipping back and forth and going, and we're gonna be making it big and dramatic around the eyes. So I'm gonna be using this Skone fluffy blending brush that I use a lot to just set my eyes, and I'm gonna go ahead and just go for it. Yeah. This is gonna take a lot of time, so I'm gonna fast forward and be just going back and forth between the colors. Get like kind of a macaroni and cheese-esque orange and a like mustardy yellow, mixing those together. That's what I'm mixing to get this like cheetah-like color that I'm trying to go for. So just be going back and forth between those two until you get the right color. And why don't you just follow along with me while I do it. About the coloration that I was hoping for on this eye, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye now, and then we'll be back to do eyeliner. I'm satisfied with the eye color now and the swoop that it does back. See, like that? You want it to be swooped back, and you just do that by blending out like that way, like you probably saw me doing. So now we're going to do the eyeliner. First, we're going to do really dark eyeliner in kind of a feline cat-like look around the eyes. So I'm using the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Crayon. So this is really dark, really black, smudgeable, but also stays really well. And we're going to start by lining the lower lash line, and then you're going to bring it to the inner corner and follow the tear duct in a little bit, just like that, see? And then on the outer corner, we're gonna do the same thing, just kind of bring it out to a tiny bit of a point. We're gonna use a liquid liner to help with the upper lash line and then the point on the end there. I'm gonna use this Skone Tatooed Insanely Intense liner to outline the upper lash line and then create the point out here, like so. Done with the eyeliner around the eyes, it should end up looking like this, kind of cat-like with points at the end. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we're gonna add some spots to this look. I feel like the color of the eyes is good, the black around the eyes is looking really good. So now we're gonna work on the spots. How this is gonna work is you're gonna take a pen liner like this. I'm just gonna go to town with it. You do the same, show you kind of what I'm doing. Like this, and then we're also going to do some dots all over like this. Oval dots like this, and then some smaller ones like this. And it's going to be like that all over. Go to town, sister. So this is kind of the look we're going for. It's got this cheetah print look to it, dramatic all over, boom. I'm gonna do a few things. I'm gonna finish up this eye, put on some falsies, do my eyebrows, and then we're gonna get to the lip color, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, there we go. So I have my lashes on and my brows are filled in. Why don't we go ahead and finish up with the lips? Where did I put that stuff? Okay, so I wanted the lips to be really dark and dramatic, but it's kind of hard, like, I don't want to do black necessarily, but you could do black lips if you wanted. You could even add the, like, cheetah curve. They have, like, these black lines here. You could add, like, a black nose and lips to make it, like, an actual cheetah if you wanted, but I just wanted to do something dramatic and feline and sexy. For my lips, I'm going to do an ColourPop Blotted lip, and I'm gonna go over top of it with an ultra matte lip for a really dark look. I'm starting with the color Lolly from the Ultra Blotted Lip collection. It's the darkest color in the collection. I would recommend exfoliating your lips first, or it can look a little patchy. And then I'm going to take this Ultra Blotted lip in Notion over top of that. Oh, sorry, not Ultra Blotted lip, Ultra Matte lip. All right, we are gonna finish up the look with setting spray. I'm using Urban Decay All Nighter. Use whatever you have. And there you have it, you guys, the completed cheetah feline dramatic look. It is feline, cheetah inspired, not meant to be an actual cheetah. So again, let me clarify that. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this look. If you recreate it, please tag me on Instagram at VarietyEllie. I'm also on Twitter at VarietyEllie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked this tutorial. And also please subscribe by hitting the tempting red button right there down below my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later. Is that not it? Oh, I see. As I'm sure you saw it in the intro.